Greetings. Today we're going to be learning about audio compression for the spoken word. This video will discuss what is audio compression, why you need it, how a compressor works, and then finally how to get it set up so you can get the best sound for either your podcast or stream with freely downloadable tools. Links will be in the description. And this is going to be explained in an easy manner so that you can get the best sound quickly. Now, the real world has an infinite range of volume, from the silence of outer space to leaves rustling to an airplane taking off. The digital world does not have this luxury. It's got a ceiling, a limit of 0 decibels on how loud something can be, and what is called minus infinity decibels, but it's not infinity, which is the floor, the quieter sound it can record. Now, a human voice has a huge range, from a whisper far away from a microphone to someone shouting right into the microphone. Now, the digital recording medium can't really handle this. Neither can speakers or headphones, although the human ear can. So what we need a compressor to reduce this range of loud to quiet so that we can get the average volume up. It's a kind of automatic volume control. Now, the functions of a compressor are, firstly, the threshold. This is the volume level where the compressor wakes up and starts compression, starts reducing the volume. The ratio, how much it reduces the volume when the threshold is met. A 1-to-1 ratio does nothing. A 2-to-1 ratio, if something goes 2 decibels over the threshold, the output will only increase the volume by 1 decibel. A ratio of 10-to-1, if it goes 10 decibels over the threshold, again, the output will only have 1 decibel increased. Now, whether the ratio is infinity to 1, this is called a limiter, where nothing goes over the threshold. The attack is how quickly it starts compressing, it starts reducing the volume after a sound goes over the threshold. The release is how quickly it goes back to its idle state after the volume goes under the threshold. The knee is how quickly it ramps up from 0 to 100% compression. Makeup gain makes up the volume that was reduced, and then you have an output, which is, again, setting the volume to whatever level you wish. Now, this video is dealing with a spoken word, so what settings do we need? Now, when we're recording for the spoken word, we need a gentle touch, so it doesn't sound weird, it doesn't sound unnatural. The ratio we want is from about 3-to-1, maybe going up to 5-to-1, but that's really, really pushing it. The threshold really depends on the input, the volume level of the signal going in from your microphone. But generally, what we want the threshold to be about 8 decibels under the average volume of your input signal. We want a fast attack, but not instant. We want to compress every word. We don't want to be compressing every single segment of each word. And we want the output gain just to be a nice, strong signal to be sent into the limiter. Right, enough theory. Let's get into it. I'm going to be using Cakewalk, which is freely available. However, this can be something you can do on OBS as well. We're going to be using several VSTs. Okay, so now you can hear my voice is pretty quiet, so we're going to get down to it. The VSTs, the little apps that I'm going to be using, are part of the Reaper plugin bundle. They're great, but if you have other ones, you can use those as well. So, first thing we need to do is we need to open up a EQ and apply what's called a high pass filter. This is to cut out all of the low rumble that can affect the compressor, but it's not part of the human voice and it's not something we really want. So we'll set this to about here, where it's coming out the low end and it's not cutting up my voice, and we'll just adjust this a little bit sharper. Okay, next we're going to put a noise gate on. This is to just cut out all of the stuff that's not me talking, and we set this to somewhere where my voice is coming through but it cuts off under, and that's about, yeah, probably about here. It's fine. Okay, now we need to open up the compressor and do some compression. So first thing we need to do, we need to click the auto makeup again to make up for all of the volume reductions that can be happening. So see here, we've got the threshold. So we need to get this about 8-ish decibels under my average, which looks to be around about here. That seems fine. Let's look at the attack. 3 milliseconds, that's quick enough, that's fine. Ratio, so now it's at 1:1, so nothing's happening. Let's bump that up. Ooh, now we're getting a bit of compression. So you can see we're compressing around about 6-ish decibels and a bit more when I'm getting louder. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Now we click here to limit the output to stop anything going over 0 decibels so it doesn't get clipped. And let's push this output to as close to 0 dB as we can get without it going over. Let's just keep checking. And that's it. Done. Right, and that's it. How to set up audio compression for the spoken word. Audio compression can get very in-depth. I mean, it can be used for creative purposes. It's one of the most commonly used tools in music production. But this hopefully showed you how to get it set up for spoken word so that you can sound better and your audience doesn't get a heart attack when they hear adverts. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to get more videos on audio tips. Thanks. Bye-bye.